Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Pony Talk Podcast. It's great to see you all back here. Well, first I would like to say, sorry, I cannot speak. I'm doing this late at night, so I'm going to be a bit quieter, or, well, at least a bit quieter. We got a really good episode, and also this podcast is a little bit on the late side due to, just life activities, I guess we could say. I was also supposed to be joined by someone else, but plans kind of got changed, and yeah. So I'm sorry about that, but I am here. Don't worry, guys. We're all covered. And we are going to be doing episode 185 of Season 8, of course. Friendship University is the title, as we mentioned in the last podcast when we came back. Which was, the Discord episode, which was a matter of principles and also a heartwarming club. But now we are on Friendship University, so first of all, I have a lot of good things to say about this episode, guys. Very tasteful episode. I don't know. For some reason, it seems like these episodes are getting actually pretty good, and I really like that. I'm really adoring this episode. It was a really good one, and it definitely had a lot of tasteful features. So, let's get on with the podcast, shall we? Well, we start off with Twilight basically reading a letter who is from, or what is from, her prized pupil, which is Star Swirl the Bearded. That's the cult she looks up to. And all the way from Season 1, we already know that she's dressed up like him for Nightmare Night. She's talked about him in a lot of different episodes, but this particular one, after what has happened in the the season finale of Season 7, which you can find that on the podcast as well. Him and the rest of the, God, if I can think, the Resistance, I guess you could say, they came back, and now Star Swirl is realizing that there is a lot more. This friendship thing really has grown. And he's writing these letters to Twilight, and Twilight is really looking up and is happy to hear this, and she's like, I wonder when he's going to visit my school. Then this is where Cozy Glow comes in, which is that little filly that we saw in one of the podcasts we talked about, where the Peter Mark Crusaders were going to help her through classes, and has a large, more mail. First, a large stack of boxes, crates, and this is for Rarity. Rarity has a sewing class, so she needs sewing machines. These are brand new sewing machines that she's going to get a lot of use out of, and especially the students as well. And also Twilight gets handed these flyers. Now, these flyers are advertising another school called Friendship University, or Friendship U. Twilight is not happy at this because, well, first of all, this is saying it's supposedly the best school in Equestria, hint hint. That is the first thing that she kind of gets upset at, because she's never heard of this school, and of course neither have we as the audience. And, well, she wants to go investigate the school, which is located in Las Pegasus. So we get another trip back to Las Pegasus, where we left off was at the casino, Flim and Flam's casino, at least. So they head up there, and Rarity is like, Friendship University? This doesn't look like a school. And absolutely right, it looks more of like a casino, but again, being in the location of Flim and Flam, it's more than likely going to. So Friendship U, we arrive, and we see a lot of these ponies just rushing in, saying, "Oh my God, this is the best school. I've heard it. Look at this flyer. It says so many great things of how we can learn about friendship and all that, and it's supposedly better than this other school, which is called the School of Friendship, but it's located far away in Ponyville. I mean, who wants to go there?" And then Flim and Flam kind of fill in more into what that flyer's saying, because they are the ones, of course, who established this. And Twilight's like, "Oh, of course, it's Flim and Flam. Why?" And we also discover not only is Flim and Flam behind this, we also get Chancellor Neysay. If you don't know who Chancellor Neysay is, all the way in the beginning of Season 8, he was the head chief, I guess you could say, of the EA. So, yeah, not good. This guy obviously was a total jerk to Twilight and her school, because how it was also held to other creatures, not just ponies. He's still on that whole entire subject, which is very annoying, because also there are a lot of creatures in Equestria. They also need the education, not just ponies. And since this whole thing with saving Equestria from the Storm King, as we saw in the My Little Pony movie, it all just kind of wraps in with all that. And this is where Twilight starts to say, like, "Oh, well, you know, it's a school meant for everyone, not just ponies. It's more unique." And Chancellor Neysay is like, "Please. Ponies are the only ones that basically run Equestria, and they're the only ones that are going to be educated, not these other creatures. These creatures, they can go deal with themselves. I don't support that." And he's like, "That's why at Friendship U, we have built another school that actually runs under the EA rules and not your made-up shenanigans." But as we know, Twilight is very prepared and very all this other stuff, and she definitely knows what she is going to talk about and say to Chancellor Neysay. So this starts to kind of do a conflict, and Twilight is like, why there's got to be something about the school, you know? It can't be all good. So they kind of start sneaking around in Flim and Flam's office, kind of looking around, saying like, "Oh, this is there's got to be some sort of sorcery around this. This can't be all what every pony's talking about." And so this is where we start running into the Flim and Flam brothers saying, "Oh, really? You don't think our environment's that well? Let's take a look in that room." And who is in that room? We have Star Swirl the Bearded. He is learning about friendship at Friendship U instead of Twilight School. Twilight is very upset by this because, well, she's gotten these amazing, fantastic letters from her one and only star pupil right there, or technically her idol in this case, and he's going to another school that really hasn't been confirmed or anything. It's just there. It just pops up, and yeah, like, what the heck? So Twilight's like, "Why? I thought you really wanted to come to my school and check it out." He's like, "Yeah, but then I saw the education here and all that, and it just really seemed like it was a really good opportunity." And of course Twilight is very hurt by this, and this is where Chancellor Neysay then says, "Wow, even a legend. I didn't believe it at first that you were still around, but now that I see that there is an actual wise cult here who has been through tons of legends out of Equestria. I can't think for some reason. I'm sorry, guys. I am a bit tired while doing this. I'm just trying to hang in there for you. But so this even sparks more with Chancellor Neisei saying this school's automatically the best. If he's coming here, the princesses might as well just come here, because obviously this is a really good program. And this is where Twilight's like, this is just not right. There is nothing right. And then this is where we have Rarity, who, and I know I kind of left Rarity out. She also plays a very important role in this episode. She has the idea of doing some sort of disguise. She says, I got an idea, come with me. And so we see Rarity as this new mare. She looks all different, and a very interesting look for her. I actually kind of like it personally. And she, instead of Rarity, to camouflage her name as well, she is named Planety. Planety instead of Rarity. And then Twilight comes out. Her disguise is not as good as Rarity's. She comes out with an eye patch and these sticky notes that are placed over Twilight's cutie marks with an eye patch. And she is named, well, I think Eye Patch. Is that what she's named? Yes. Uh-huh. That is what her name is. So, now they are going to go investigate what happens in these classes. They're going to act as students and see if there's any magic or something behind it. What is there? Because obviously it's Flim and Flam. They have some bad news all the time. We've seen them take over the apple farm, almost steal that away. We've seen them mess around with oh my gosh, a couple of other events too. Oh, I cannot think. The stuff that they were saying was a miracle product that could even get elderly ponies to move and walk. That stuff, the tonic, the Flim and Flam tonic. Yeah, they've done a lot of stuff scamming ponies. So why all of a sudden now are they making a school to help ponies learn about friendship? Isn't that the Princess of Friendship's job? Not casino ponies, but whatever. So they're gonna get to the bottom of this. And this is where Flim, I think, comes in and says, now, does anyone know, like, can anyone show me how to be generous? And of course Planety steps in and gives him pillow and a bunch of other stuff to make him feel, and he's like, this works. And then she says, it's just me being generous, and he's like, that's exactly what we're learning about. Planety, you might just be my favorite student. And of course all the students are now like looking upon her, because Flim then makes the comment, alright, if you guys want to pass and learn about friendship, you need to start considering looking at this mare. So now all eyes are on Planety, and Twilight is actually in Flim and Flam's office trying to look for stuff. Well, while that's being done, it doesn't go out too well, because she's looking at all the documents and stuff, all the approvals, and nothing is being found or anything. Until bad news comes. Flim and Flam go into the office and see that this pony is messing around with their documents. Then obviously they're like, Twilight, don't even try. With an eye patch, really? And her cover's blown, but it's pretty easy. She doesn't have good as cover as Rarity does. And so they take a picture of her looking very devious and guilty and all that. And they're saying, well, you know, you not only did you try to do this, but you're also you're the Princess of Friendship. Why are you doing this? So we're going to expose you now. And Twilight's like all confused now, and she just doesn't know what to do. And they're like, we might not do it unless you leave the premises and go back to your school. And this is where we see Rarity come out while Twilight walks out of their office, and she goes over like, why do you look so upset? Did you blow your cover? And Twilight makes the comment, well, I guess you could say that. A little more than that. And Rarity's like, oh no, what happened? And Twilight's like, well, basically, this happened. I looked through all their documents, got caught, and yeah. So Rarity's like, ooh, I wonder. Let's check around a little more and see. Well, while this is being done, they look and see that all these ponies have some sort of like kit through I don't know how to describe it, guys. It's like basically all friendship lessons that will prepare them for the test. And it's kind of like a Star Squirrel kind of guide, I guess you could say. Now, Flim and Flam are going up to these students saying, you want to pass, right? Well, then you can pay us a coin, or a bit, sorry. They're called bits in Equestria, not coins. So yeah, they have these bits, and one of them tries to overpay him. He's like, no. He's like, just a bit. You know, we want to try being as generous as possible. So they're kind of taking a hit over there as well. Well, then they're like, wait, we don't do this at our school. We give students guides and tips all the time, and they don't cost a cent. So why is Flim and Flam doing this? Well, they discover and find out that there's a secret hidden layer in their office. They follow Flim and Flam in there and see treasures and mountains of bits, saying, oh brother, this is going to pay for our casino and all that. We're gonna make water slide, we're gonna make towers, roller coaster, the whole 10 yards. It's gonna be fantastic. And this is where Twilight's like, I knew it. Flim and Flam, they're always never up to good, and we just cracked the case. So they're like, ooh, this is perfect. And they're like, where should the water slide go? I think it should go, I don't know. And then Twilight makes a suggestion, maybe it should go here. And they're like, oh yes, I agree, it should go there. And then they find out, wait, it's Twilight. And she's like, aha, I knew you were behind something. And then she's like, so not only were you helping students, or supposedly helping students, you were also trying to rob them from their money. And this is like, well, if you're gonna pay Twilight, you tell every pony we're going to spread and ruin your career. She's like, you can do that, you know, but I think more ponies are gonna be hurt by the point you scam them to make bigger parts of your casino, and you're not actually helping them with friendship. You're just trying to give them ways and all that, and trying to use resources, our resources, to help you guys build up your school. That ain't happening. So obviously they are exposed of their plan. It does not go well, and this is where they're like, and plus we got someone else. And Star Swirl comes in and says, what the heck is going? And then he's like, oh my god. And then realizes the whole thing. And obviously, tables flip for Flim and Flam. So then they're like, well, you caught us, so we will refund every pony. And you're going to apologize for them. So not only were you going to close down the school just to make money, but you also scam the students. And they're like, yep, we're going to tell them all that. And so they refund every pony with the bits and all that. and they announced that they are closing down Friendship U because it was only meant to be a way to get ponies to spend more money. Now, all the other ponies are confused where they can go to get friendship lessons because that's what they came to the school for. Twilight's like, well, there's another suggestion in mind, which obviously she's referring to the School of Friendship located in Ponyville. And she says every pony is welcome and every creature. And so, yep, they did it, and they got more ponies to join into the School of Friendship, and also they figured out Flim and Flam's evil plot of the story. And then this is where Twilight School is first choice, supposedly told by the wonderful Starswirl the Bearded. He's like, that is my first choice. This is the first choice in Equestria for anyone who wants to learn about the magic of friendship. And that is basically the plot right there. And this is where Twilight says, are you going to come visit? And he's like, I will. He's like, I don't know when, but I will. And this is where they return back. We are back in Twilight's office, and Rarity's there. And Cozy Glow comes in once again and double checks with Rarity if she's going to keep her sewing machines. And this is where I forgot to mention, Rarity actually started really getting hooked into Flim and Flam's program until she realized it was all a scam. And that's where she was like, maybe I should call off the sewing machines and just come here as a student. And it's like, Rarity, you're the element of generosity. Why would you do that? And then, of course, she figures out the whole plot, and then it all goes back to normal. And then Rarity confirms that she's learned a lot of experiences at university. There's one thing she learned, and that is to never give up when standing up for one's belief. So she did learn something, and then, boom, there's an episode right there, guys. Whew. So, I thought it was a really good episode. They definitely had a lot of plot twists in there, but I like plot twists. Now, that can go into certain ways, guys. What I mean by that is, well, you know, a plot twist can be good, like with what they did with Flim and Flam and all that. You know, it was good that you saw the brothers once again in an episode. We haven't seen them in a while, and just seeing that one of the main characters were going to back out of Twilight School as a teacher and go to their school as a student was kind of really interesting and also shocking. But yeah, so they had a lot of plot twists in here, and I think that's what really made the episode good. And it also kind of brought in another lesson there. So, and we really haven't got too many friendship lessons, you know. That's something that I can say the show has kind of lacked on, guys. Ever since season 1, that's all the show was based around, was learning about different lessons of how friends stick together and create. And I think they kind of brought it back with this episode right here, Friendship University. So that was really nice. And it was also kind of shocking to see Starswirl going to the school and kind of seeing Chancellor Naysay, the basically chief operator of the EEA, go to that school as well. So I wonder if we're going to see him pop up in one of these episodes, or we're done with him. But I highly doubt that. We're probably going to see him again. I don't know in this season. It just depends. But guys, I want to hear from you. What did you guys have to say about this episode? Did you like it? Did you think the plot twists were A-okay? Or did you think they were kind of a little bit overdue? Or they were just, you know, they kind of just stretched it out and kind of made it meh. Alright. But I want to hear you guys' personal thoughts, because I think you'll have a lot more to say and a lot more interesting stuff to say just about the whole plot in particular. So, yeah. But with that being said, we are going to be closing off with the podcast here, and our next episode will be episode 186, The End in Friend. This should be a good one. Very catching title right there, so we will see you in that podcast, guys. So, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that notification bell to keep updated with the channel and also future Pony Talk podcasts. And, guys, well, let me know your thoughts about this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you think they could add something more to it? I don't know. It's all up to you. But thank you all so much for watching this podcast, and don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe, guys. And as always, we will see you in the next Pony Talk podcast, guys, for episode, I think this is like 42 or 41. 41. Episode 41 this is. So we will see you in episode 42, guys. Peace out. Bye, every pony!